Caseus. Clone Wars Chronicles. Part 2. Rookie Mistakes. The door to Gorg Squad's quarters opened as a clone lieutenant activated the lights.
Rise and shine, boys. You got 5 minutes. Shake a leg and report to the mess hall.
Bottlecap rolled off his bunk and groaned, rubbing his eyes only for Scrum's foot to plop down from the bed right above him and hit him in the forehead.
Ow! Scrum! What? He said to get up.
Bottlecap got up and walked over to Click-Clack, who was stretching after waking.
Look, about yesterday. Don't worry, Cap. Remember, fresh start. We eat our breakfast, and we use this opportunity to prove ourselves. You with me?
Bottlecap nodded and patted Click-Clack on the shoulder.
I'm with you. Scrum! Hurry up!
Scrum soon joined as they made their way to the mess hall and filled their trays. Bottlecap poked at his food curiously.
Well, let's hope this stuff's better than the cuisine back home.
As they ate, Click-Clack looked at his squad mates.
So, what do you think they got in store for us? Well, training, obviously, I think. The general said something about finding out where to station us. Guess they'll run us through some basic drills and see where we excel. If we excel. We didn't exactly make the best impression. Let's swear right here and right now to do our best. Agreed? Agreed. Agreed. You three.
The three brothers looked up from their food and saw Captain Kriega approach.
Finish your breakfast and report to the training deck immediately after. Level 7B. We're going to see what you three shinies are capable of. Yes, sir.
Kriega departed as they quickly finished and returned to their quarters, grabbing their armor and gear before marching in formation to Level 7B. There, Master Takai was waiting, speaking to Kriega.
See, Captain? Right on time.
Kriega nodded and approached the saluting troops.
At ease. Now, looking through your records, it seems like the results of your training on Topoka City was, let's say, less than ideal. General Takai thinks it would be beneficial to test you three in different scenarios. So, Click-Clack, why don't we start with you? Step over.
Click-Clack stepped forward to a mounted blaster rifle in front of a wide-open room full of targets and scrapped battle droids.
Let's see what you can do. Hit as many targets as you can in 30 seconds. You have 15 shots in there, so make them count.
Click-Clack hesitantly stepped forward and took hold of the rifle, aiming down the sight.
Start the clock. Begin.
The targets started to move as Click-Clack blasted away, missing nearly every shot, only hitting one of the targets on the very outside as the clock ticked down. Bottlecap put his hand over his face.
Oh, boy. Come on, Clack. You got it.
Click-Clack clenched his teeth and fired the last shot, knocking the head off of one of the battle droid targets.
Time. Hey, I got one. Yeah. Out of the 15 shots you fired, you hit 2 things. That's not going to do here, Shani. Sorry, Captain. Don't be sorry. Be better. Step back in line. Bottlecap, you're up.
Click-Clack returned to Scrum as Bottlecap stepped over and took the rifle.
Okay, Bottlecap. Same rules. 30 seconds, 15 shots.
Relax your shoulders, Trooper. Concentrate.
Bottlecap nodded and aimed down the sight.
Begin.
The targets moved around as Bottlecap fired, hitting 3 of the targets and blasting one of the droids square in the chest.
And time. Wait, there's one more!
Bottlecap quickly fired at a maintenance droid as it moved in to collect shrapnel and blasted it to bits.
That wasn't a target, rookie. That was one of ours. Oh, guess I got a little caught up in the moment. Okay, marksmanship. Little too trigger-happy. Okay, Scrum, your turn. Oh boy.
Click-Clack patted his back.
Remember, give it your all. You got this. Okay.
Scrum passed Click-Clack and stepped over to the gun, adjusting his helmet and looking down the sights before taking a deep breath and looking at all the targets.
30 seconds. 15 shots. Begin.
As soon as the targets started to move, Scrum quickly fired off a few shots. To his own astonishment, he hit 3 of the targets dead center before turning his attention to the further targets, firing, hitting bullseyes on each one, and sending a clean blast through one of the droids.
Time! That's what I like to see. Attaboy, Scrummy!
Scrum turned quickly, still holding the rifle.
Hey, I did it!
As he turned, he knocked the barrel of the rifle into the corner of the mount, causing him to fire the last shot, which ricocheted off the walls as Kriega and the others leapt down before Master Takai drew her lightsaber and deflected the blast away and into the range where it struck the final target. Kriega stood, fuming.
My bad, Captain. Sir?
Master Takai put her saber away and looked calmly at Scrum.
Despite that unfortunate mishap, I'm impressed with your performance, Scrum.
Shawnee, you have got to be more careful. Had that not been a training munition, someone could have been killed.
At ease, Captain. I'm sure you made mistakes like that as well when you were a rookie. Nevertheless, Scrum, I expect you to exercise much more caution moving forward. Don't let something like that happen again.
Yes, General. I apologize. And hey, you still hit more targets than Cap and I combined. I knew you had it in you.
Kriega stepped forward and grabbed the rifle from Scrum, placing it back on the mount.
Hitting your mark is only part of what makes a competent soldier, boys. Follow me. We're gonna see how you boys do in a dogfight.
I'm confident you have things under control here, Captain. I must return to the bridge. Inform me if anything comes up. If I'm unavailable, you know how to reach Caseus.
Affirmative, General. Boys, this way.
The brothers followed Kriega into a large room facing out a viewport into space, along with 3 control panels and a flight stick on each one.
Just got these in not too long ago. Not even the 501st has these. Sir, what are these? Well, seeing as how we don't want to put any of our new recruits in any real danger during training, these setups here control 3 ARC-170 fighters that have been modified for flight simulation, without the need for you being in the cockpit. Mind you, this is no substitute for the real deal. But if you pull this exercise off, there might be some hope for the 3 of you as pilots in our reserves. You'll each take these fighters out of the hangar and give them a go. When you've got a handle on the controls, we'll send out a few targets to test your accuracy, and fire a few low-power ion blasts to test your evasion. Are we clear? Yes, sir. Good. Take your seats.
Click-Clack stepped to the center controls and grabbed the flight stick, as Bottlecap and Scrum did the same.
First, check your systems. Make sure the craft is fully operational. Keep an eye on the left screen. When you're ready, activate the engines and make a gradual departure out of the hangar.
Click-Clack nodded and looked at the screen.
Okay, fuel levels optimal, weapons online. Okay, looks like I'm good to go. Let's do it then. Hang on, what's this one again?
Click-Clack and Bottlecap both took off from the hangar and out into space as they looked at the screen, seeing everything around them.
This is incredible! Keep your focus, Shawnee. If you want to fly the real thing, you're going to have to prove yourself here.
Click-Clack and Bottlecap both piloted their arc fighters through the outside of the Caladan, pulling off a few spins and simple tricks as Scrum struggled to start his fighter. Kriega's comlink suddenly began to beep.
This is Kriega. Captain, we have an issue on level 8. Might want to come take a look at this. If it's another Minoc, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'll be right there. Okay, you 3. Bring those fighters back here and wait here. We'll continue when I get back.
Kriega left the room as Click-Clack pulled off one more trick.
Okay. We better do what the captain says. Bring her back, Cap. Hang on, Clack. No way, Cap. Bring her in before we get into trouble. Come on. One quick loop around the bridge won't hurt.
Click-Clack thought for a moment as Scrum smacked his controls in confusion.
Okay. One quick loop and then it's back to the hangar. Ready, go! You didn't say it was a race.
The 2 ships flew at fast speeds underneath the Venator cruiser, each trying to stay in front of the other.
Gotta be faster than that, Clack. Don't get cocky, Cap. Watch this.
Click-Clack made a sharp turn upwards and blasted just over Bottlecap's fighter and up towards the bridge. On board the bridge, Caseus was speaking to a few of the officers as they looked at a map of the Outer Rim.
I think if they station us anywhere closer to Monastery, that would give us a chance to resupply our...
Looking out of the viewport of the bridge, Caseus saw 2 arc fighters blast right overhead, nearly crashing.
What was that? I'll contact the captain.
Click-Clack and Bottlecap were neck and neck as they approached the hangar.
You don't have a prayer, Clack. I was made for this. Cap, slow down. You're coming in too hot.
As they made their approach, Scrum finally managed to get the arc fighter into the air and out of the hangar.
Hey guys, I did it!
The door opened as Kriega burst in.
What in the blue hell are you doing?
The words had only just exited his mouth when Scrum crashed directly into Bottlecap and Click-Clack, destroying all 3 training fighters. There was silence for a moment, before Kriega stepped forward, shutting off the simulators.
Do you 3 have any brains at all? Well, we did. Don't answer that! The 3 of you, report to your quarters. Stay there until further notice.
The clones saluted uneasily and made their way to the turbolift, as Kriega took off his helmet and rubbed the sides of his head.
Get it together, Kriega. Every clone has something they can do right. Just breathe, relax. Don't think about the expensive damage and loss of the fighters and... I'm in trouble.
On board the turbolift, Click-Clack argued with Bottlecap.
I told you it was a bad idea. You still went along with it. Yeah, and I'm starting to think maybe cleaning toilets on Tapoka isn't looking too bad right now. Guys, if you had just listened to the captain, we wouldn't be in trouble right now. Guys, if you had just played it cool, he never would have found out. Guys, what?
Scrum pointed to the turbolift door as it opened to Master Takai standing in front of them.
Gentlemen, is there a problem?
General, no. Just a disagreement about stuff.
About the race or about the crash?
Yes.
Follow me.
We're supposed to report to our quarters. Captain's orders.
Well, lucky for you, I outrank the captain.
Takai started walking as Scrum and Click-Clack shrugged and followed her down the corridors of the Caladan.
You're not gonna put us in sanitation, are you?
That all depends on whether you listen. You 3 are interesting. In less than 2 days, you've managed to start a fight, cause an accidental discharge, and destroy 3 training crafts. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen clones in other divisions get court-martialed for less.
Oh boy.
But I'm not one to give up so easily. Despite your setbacks, I've seen how determined you 3 are to prove yourselves real soldiers. But not every soldier's role is in combat.
So, what does that mean for us?
Master Takai led them to the cargo bay, where a few clones were hard at work loading supplies into large floating containers.
We can revisit your worth in battle another time. For now, report to the deck officer and tell him you 3 are going to help him load up for the next supply run. That'll be all.
Master Takai left as the brothers looked at each other.
Maybe she's right. Maybe we just aren't cut out for combat. Not yet, anyway. Speak for yourself, Scrum. I'm a soldier, not a cargo droid. Well, would you rather get chewed out by the captain again? Fine. Let's get this over with.
Walking over to a clone wearing a dark green worksuit and goggles, Click-Clack saluted.
CT 3355 reporting for duty, sir. Duty? What do you mean? General Takai sent us here to help you prepare for the next supply run. Well, we are a little short-handed. Sure. Grab these yellow crates and load them onto the cargo transports. When it's full, just send it on its way and start over on the next one. Yes, sir. Come on, boys. Let's get to work.
The 3 did exactly as they were told, loading crate after crate after crate, until their backs were sore and their fingers were numb. After a few hours, the deck officer approached them.
Nice job. We're all finished here for today. I'm going to talk to General Takai. See if I can't get you guys down here full-time. Full-time? I know it's not exactly glamorous work, but it is essential work. And I think you 3 might really just be the guys for this job.
Click-Clack saluted the officer.
Thank you, sir. We'll await the General's decision.
The 3 made their way to the turbolift, as Scrum massaged his aching back and Click-Clack stretched his shoulders.
Well, like he said, it's not great. But maybe this is the place for us. We didn't have any muck-ups whatsoever down there. Well, I mean, Scrum hit his head, but that's a daily occurrence.
Bottlecap stayed quiet, his arms folded.
Come on, Cap. This could really be a good thing for us. For us, or for you?
Bottlecap stepped off the turbolift and went to the barracks, where he pushed aside another member of Gorg Squad, before hopping into his bed. On board the bridge, Master Takai was speaking with Captain Kriega as Caseus stood by her side.
I'm telling you, those three are trouble. I don't think I've ever seen 3 defective clones in a single squad before.
They aren't defective, Captain. I will grant you, they may not be the brightest recruits we've seen, but I'm not going to give up on them. I spoke to the deck officer and will be assigning them to cargo duty until we figure out what to do.
With all respect, General, you're a Jedi. You might know more about the Force, but I know my brothers. This is only going to lead to trouble.
Master, maybe Captain Kriega is right. We can keep them in cargo duty for now, but when we return to Kamino, it might be best to station them back on Tepoka. Master Takai folded her arms and looked out the viewport.
I'm a bit surprised, Caseus. After all, a few of the other masters in the temple had similar concerns about you. I didn't give up on you. It wouldn't be fair to give up on them.
Caseus sighed, remembering just how sure he was that he wouldn't be selected to train. Kriega stepped forward.
I'll keep them on cargo duty for now. But those 3 are your responsibility if anything else goes wrong.
Understood, Captain.
Late in the evening, the troops of Gorg Squad were fast asleep, all except for Bottlecap, who was very quietly grabbing his gear and putting it into his pack. Scrum slept above him, snoring loud enough to mask any noises Bottlecap was making. As quietly as he could, Bottlecap snuck out of his quarters and down the corridors towards the escape pods. Just as he opened the hatch door, he heard a voice.
Cap!
Bottlecap sighed and turned around, seeing Click-Clack and Scrum wearing their sleepwear.
Go back to the barracks. Where the hell do you think you're going? You're not leaving, are you? That's desertion. I know what I'm doing. Cap, this is crazy. Let's get back before someone sees us. I'm not going back there, Clack. Cargo duty? For crying out loud, I'm a soldier. I'm not supposed to be loading crates onto other crates. I was bred for battle. You're still a soldier, Cap. We don't think any different of you. But I'm not a soldier to them, am I? You think the captain is going to send us off to fight after the performance we gave today? They think we're screw-ups. Defective. Well, I'm not sticking around here just to be belittled and see my potential wasted on ungrateful leadership.
Click-Clack grabbed his wrist.
Pull yourself together, Cap. You do this, they'll come after you, and you won't like what comes next. You're making a mistake. Let go of my arm, Clack. No, I'm not going to let you ruin this for yourself, or for me and Scrum. I won't take the fall for you again just because you're too thick-headed to think clearly. Guys, let's just stop fighting. That's not fighting. This is!
Bottlecap swung his fist and hit Click-Clack in the jaw as he ran into the escape pod.
Stop him!
Scrum and Click-Clack leapt at their brother as they grabbed him and tried to subdue him. In the scuffle, the pod was activated and jettisoned out into space. On board the bridge, one of the officers saw a red flashing light on one of the control terminals.
Lieutenant, we have an unsanctioned pod launch. Is it a malfunction? Check the security footage.
Looking at the footage, the lieutenant saw the 3 clones as they fought into the pod and blasted into space.
Contact General Takai immediately.
Inside her quarters, Master Takai slept peacefully before she was awoken by her comlink.
Yes, Lieutenant, what is it?
General, we have deserters. CT 3355, 3356, and 3357. They just manned an escape pod.
Master Takai sighed.
See if you can get a lead on their estimated destination. Have the dock crew prepare my ship.
Master Takai put her comlink away and fixed her hair before putting on her gear and heading out the door to the bridge.